Only thing standing between you and cookies is me. So for those of you who haven't met me yet, I'm Dr. Danielle Parati. I have had the unbelievable privilege of serving 110 brand new nurses. Today, ISU is welcoming, can I say it again? 110 new nurses in Before this day is over, there will be 3 pinning ceremonies. This one here in Pocatello. There is a ceremony this afternoon at Kootenai Health for our Coeur d'Alene cohort. And there is a ceremony at our Meridian campus that is celebrating the students graduating from Meridian and the students who are at our Twin Falls St. Luke's location. We are so proud of each and every one, and we are so grateful to have this opportunity to serve Idaho in this way. Between those 3 ceremonies, we calculate that there are about 1,200 people helping us celebrate today. That's a whole lot of you. You've been recognized a couple times already, and I'm going to add my thank yous to that voice. All of you are here today because one of these people matters to you, because you've contributed to somebody. Your contribution, your support, your cheering, being a patient, putting up with missed family dinners, putting up with, I don't know, was anyone a little cranky maybe? I'm sure not. The 1,200 of you who have contributed to support these people as they pursued their journey, you have added not only to their lives, but you have added to the lives of all of your families and neighbors. Because Idaho needs nurses. We have the unfortunate distinction of having the fewest registered nurses for 1,000 residents of any state in the nation. That's not great. And your help to bring these 110 new nurses is going to change the way everyone you care about, everyone in your neighborhoods and communities receive care. There are going to be hundreds of people who will have a nurse that didn't have it before you pitched in and helped. Yeah, let's cheer for that. Since the days of Florence Nightingale, nurses have been struggling to figure out, how do we explain this to people? How do we measure and demonstrate what we do and how we add value? And I don't have an absolute answer, guys. But I did a little back of the napkin math, and I thought about the average nurse working in the average hospital on the average unit for an average year, and I really hope that right now there are 110 people thinking, I'm Dr. Parati. An average of an average is not a statistically valid piece of data. You're right, and thank you for knowing that. It is, however, an illustrative number. When I did that math, the number I came to was 600. Each nurse is likely to care for 600 unique individual people in the course of a year. Let that number sink in for a minute. And then I'll ask you to reflect. We are graduating 110 nurses, and we have 1,200 people supporting them. When one person becomes a patient, they're not alone. They bring with them their loved ones, their family members, their support systems. So that nurse who's interacting with 600 individual patients is actually impacting all of the people who love each of those people. Do you see why I keep telling you you're amazing? Now think with me for just a minute. That's 1 year. What if you do this for 3 years, or 5 years, or 32 years, or 40 or 50 years? I can't even do that math, guys. The number of human beings, the number of our fellow people who will have a better day, a better life, because you are there as their nurse is astronomical. You make a difference. As you leave here today, this ceremony marks the change from thinking of yourself as a student nurse learning to be a nurse to a nurse. It's time to begin being the nurse. And being the nurse means hundreds of things. It means that you will be there for the most intense, intimate moments in the lives of complete strangers. They will welcome you, greedily grab onto you because you are the nurse. They will welcome you at the moment that a new life takes a first breath. They will laugh and cheer with you when they recover, when they walk again, when they learn to do things for themselves that illness took away. You will be there in those moments of sheer and utter joy, and you will have the privilege of sharing it. You will also be there for the moments of pain and suffering and fear. And you will share that too, because you're the nurse. And as you grow into being the nurse, and you think about all of these moments, and you process how you are a nurse and who you are as a nurse, I'm going to ask you to reflect on a couple things we've been talking about since the first day of orientation. 1, nursing isn't like anything else. Remember, we told you studying for this was going to be different? And most of you gave me the same looks you're giving me now, which was, I don't know what she's talking about, and oh my God, that's terrifying. And then some of you started to think, can I do that? Somewhere between week 3 and your first exam, you all had a moment of, oh, that's what they meant. Look where you are now. Every doubt, every hesitation, every fear, every moment of anxiety that you went through to get here, please look around. You did it. You are smart enough, strong enough, brave enough. You are a nurse. You will have those moments again. When you do, remember this. You've already conquered those moments. You will be amazing. I know that. In time, you will come to believe me. We also have talked a lot about how important it is for you to take care of yourselves, because nursing is exhausting. It is physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually exhausting. Our entire reason for being is to go alongside other human beings, strangers, and help them. We help them with open arms and open hearts. You bring all those volumes and volumes of knowledge that you have acquired to every bedside. And you bring who you are as a nurse. That's hard work. And you can't just run a marathon going, because spring break is coming and I'll collapse then. Sorry, no more spring breaks. That self-care part, it takes some practice. It takes working together. It takes nursing each other the way you nurse your patients, with love and compassion and forgiveness, with acceptance for every human being, no matter who they are and how they choose to live their life, because as a nurse, we welcome everyone. So welcome yourselves too. And that brings me to the third thing we've talked a lot about, and that is self-awareness. We talked in orientation about needing to develop a real keen sense of who you are as a person in order to then understand yourself as a nurse. And that every single part of you as a person is meaningful and beautiful and wonderful, and it will all help you as a nurse. But not all of it all the time. There are times when you will need to think about, who am I as a nurse, separate from who am I as a person, in order to fulfill that most important part of being a nurse, that acceptance for all. The last thing that I would really ask you all to reflect on is the fact that whether you chose it or not, whether you wanted it or not, whether you like it or not, by virtue of the fact that you are an RN with a baccalaureate of science in nursing, you are a leader. People trust you. They rely on you. And that's a good thing, because you are trustworthy, and you are reliable, and you are knowledgeable, and you are strong, and they know that. They will not know how your intellect identified something that stopped a complication before it happened. They will not know that you checked that med list and saved a medication error from happening. They will not know how, when you listened carefully to their words, you picked up on things that you could help them learn, and that you then taught them in words and maybe even the language that they most understand, so that they were empowered. They won't know those things, guys. You'll know those things. What they will know is that you smiled. What they will know is you held their hand, that you stayed with them, that you spoke to them like they matter, and that you respect them. And these are the things you may forget, because they seem so easy and so natural to all of you, because you are amazing. I ask you to remember both of those things. I ask you to remind each other of both of those things. And I ask you to remember that although you will take care of 600 or more people, and all of the people who love those people, one at a time, every day, you can also lead in your communities, in your neighborhoods, and in your environments. Because your knowledge, your expertise, your compassion, the being of a nurse, means you have so much to give. And your voices, sometimes spoken, sometimes written, are amazing. You have gifted me with things that I cannot even express. I have learned from each of you. And it has been my gift to know you. You are a nurse. And I am incredibly grateful to be the person to stand here today and say, welcome, welcome my new colleagues. And please, from here on out, not Dr. Parati anymore. We're peers. Please call me Danielle.